We're at the Smith Robinson Gymnasium in Healdsburg, where tonight we will bring you Sonoma County League girls basketball. It's the Annalee Tigers having a great year at 14-7, tied for first in the SCL, and the Healdsburg Greyhounds currently just 2 games back in the hunt in the SCL. Hello everyone, I'm Dave Cox along with Ron Weathy, and looking forward to this matchup here tonight. The Healdsburg Hounds hosting tonight, bringing us in live, and with a win, they can pull to within 1 game of the Annalee Tigers. You know they're going to be fired up for this one.
Yeah, Dave, Healdsburg comes in with a record in the league of 4-3, but Annalee at 6-1, tied with Sonoma Valley in first place. I think it's going to be really important for Healdsburg to come in, fight against the full court press of Annalee. The first game they lost 58-41. This is a team that really needs to win right now.
And for the Healdsburg Hounds, Haley Rue has had a tremendous season. She is scoring a lot, and she really leads the way for this team.
Yeah, you want to talk about a great shooter. She's averaging actually 23 points and 8.7 rebounds. She ended up having 18 points in the first meeting against Annalee in that 58-41 loss. But she leads this team. They score 57 points per contest, and Haley Rue is a 5'10" junior forward. She's absolutely fantastic. On the other hand, there's Jenna Petre. She is the SCL MVP from last season. Right now she's averaging 14 points, 8 rebounds, and she had 16 points in the first meeting between these two teams. But Dave, this is going to be a very important battle for Healdsburg. They got to win this basketball game tonight to stay in the chase for first place. Annalee's at 6-1, Sonoma Valley 6-1, Healdsburg only at 4-3.
All right, well, this is going to be a great matchup here tonight. It's the Healdsburg Greyhounds hosting the Annalee Tigers in the Sonoma County League. Both these teams in the hunt here in the race, and this should be a good one. Coming up next, live here on YSN365.com.
My wife and I were stranded after suffering our second flat tire on a hot August day. Our 3 horses were thirsty and there was no help in sight. We called Les Schwab, and luckily Justin answered the phone.
Les Schwab Tire Center.
And even though it was after closing, Justin came to our rescue. He drove an hour with tires and even brought water for our horses. We'll never buy tires anywhere else.
Take care now.
I'm Larry Butler, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Rue's Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Rue's Auto Body and Paint. Tonight's game sponsored by Rue's Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Rue's Auto Body and Paint.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Rue's Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Rue's Auto Body and Paint. Introducing the most innovative checking account in the history of man or womankind. Local Advantage Plus from Community First is a wickedly smart new way to do your checking, shopping, spending, and ATMing. At Community First, going local means getting more. Stop by your nearest branch for details or see us at comfirstcu.org. And welcome back to Healdsburg High School as we get set for the tip-off of tonight's game at the Smith Robinson Gymnasium here in Healdsburg. Back in the 80s and early 90s, this was quite the place for girls high school basketball. They had a dynasty. In fact, won the championship something like 19 years in a row. We're going to take a look at the starting lineups now for both of these squads. And here they are. Here's the Annalee starting lineup. Viramontes, Lehman, Brown, Petre, and Niedermeyer on the other side for the Hounds. Pillanini, Oliveras, Rue, Craighead, and Bullock. Rue we talked about in the open as the leading scorer for this team. And we'll see if she can get off to a hot start here tonight and get some momentum for Healdsburg early. That'll be important for the Hounds.
Yeah, right now Annalee comes out in their man-to-man defense. They will switch back and forth from man-to-man to zone. You'll also see Annalee in the full court press tonight. They're going to try to put some pressure on Healdsburg, see if they can handle the constant pressure of the full court press.
Petrie had the rebound, Petre I should say, but she was on the line when she came down with the ball. They tried to get it to Rue underneath, and it's Petre who takes it away. First turnover of the night.
Yeah, not surprising that she comes up with, once again, she's averaging 8 rebounds a game. She was the SCL MVP last year. She's averaging 14-8, has her team off to a 6-1 league start.
Here we go, and that shot is blocked. Nice job getting up for that one, Taylor Lehman, as she blocks the shot in the open floor. Grace Pillanini thought she was going to get a layup, and she does not. Both teams starting off with good defense.
Well, in the first meeting of the year,
Pillanini off the mark.
Healdsburg ended up losing 58-41. But after the first quarter, it was an 8-point lead for Annalee. So Healdsburg has to stay in this game. They have to stay close to Annalee and keep fighting through.
Annalee tries to go over the top that time to Isabella Niedermeyer, and it went a little bit high that time. So each team has turned it over a couple times now. There is Jimmy Ganella, the head coach here for Healdsburg. Talked a little about the tradition. Harry Tappan, who was the head coach here for many years, and they won several championships. They were a power in NorCal basketball back in the mid to late 80s, early 90s. And you look at the banners up here in this gymnasium. There's a lot of championship banners.
Yeah, prior to the night's game, I went over and looked at the trophy room. And holy smokes, there's a lot of trophies in there. A lot of winning going on in this gymnasium.
There's a three. Infana Olivares hits a three, and Healdsburg takes the lead. The Lady Hounds off to a nice start, and so far their defense has been very good. Trying to match it with an outside shot, no good. Fighting for the rebound underneath. It looks like it's going to remain Annalee's ball. Last touched the Hounds, Keely Bullock. She is a good sophomore for this Healdsburg team.
Well, you can see it immediately. Annalee has a size advantage. They'll play the ball inside to Petre often.
And Petre gets the layup, her first touch of the night, and it's a successful shot. We saw Tom Corbo, the head coach for Annalee here, his son Ryan helping him out. Here comes Healdsburg across now, and they will set up their offense. Grace Pillanini, the point guard, she runs the show here up top for the Lady Hounds. Good crowd here tonight, filing in to the Smith Robinson Gymnasium for SCL girls basketball. It's been quite a week for us as we have a foul call, our first foul call of the night. And that is going to go against Niedermeyer, her first personal foul.
Yeah, there's the ball moving around, the shot from outside, and draining it. I don't even think she hit the rim on that one. Nice shot.
Yeah, Oliveras with a very nice shot. There's Petre Canova stealing a quick outlet pass ahead to Sarah Brown, who lays it in beautifully. Petre with the assist and the steal. The Hounds have turned it over twice now, and here comes full court pressure for the Annalee Tigers. They beat it. Pillanini across, gets it to Rue. Rue a little strong. Pillanini right there to mop it up. Again, a little strong. And we've got a foul call underneath. Looks like this one's going to go against the Hounds again. And it's going to be Pillanini who picks up her first personal, so the teams are even with one personal foul apiece.
Yeah, on that run out on that last one, there's the run out, the layup. And one thing you'll see with this Annalee squad is they have size on the inside, but on the outside they have a lot of quickness as well. So you'll see them run up and down the floor. That's why they're going to be in the full court press against the Hounds tonight.
Teams even with 2 rebounds apiece here early on. Annalee leads it by 4. They're in a battle with Sonoma Valley in first place in the SCLS. Petre nails one from three-point land. Petre makes it a 7-3 lead for Annalee. Nice looking shot for Jenna Petre. And a quick timeout taken by Tom Corvo, as he would like to talk things over with his Lady Hounds. Obviously going to probably talk a little bit about defense right now and making sure they find the open shooter. So they give up the 3 to Petre, and she's already got 5 points. You know, they talked a lot about trying to stop her.
Well, she's tough down low. She can also step away from the basket and shoot the basketball. But here was the pass, running the offense from outside the perimeter, looking over the top, looking against Rue, and there's the outside shot, the one she hit from outside. And she's just tough. I mean, you're talking about the MVP of the SCL last year, and that's when she was a junior. Senior this year, and off to a good start. They have a 7-3 lead at this point.
Last meeting was won by Annalee, 58-41. So, you know, Jimmy Ganella was trying to get his team to do a little better than that, make this a closer game. Interesting that Tom Corvo took that timeout just after they hit the long shot. Perhaps maybe trying to set up his defense, trying to set up the press a little bit right there and make sure that everybody knew what they were in.
Yeah, and the Hounds are going to have to find a way to beat that pressure. And when they do beat the pressure and they get behind the defense, they have to run 3-on-2 breaks or 2-on-1s. And Haley Rue should be a big part of that. You know, I was watching her in warm-ups, and she has one of the best shots that I have seen, the best form. She can shoot it from anywhere outside. This 5'10" junior forward is absolutely one fantastic shooter out there on the floor. Well, she's averaged at 23 points. I mean, that says it right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, she missed both right there. Still a 4-point lead. That one a little strong. There's Petre with her second rebound. The senior off to a good start here tonight with 5 points and 2 rebounds for the Annalee Tigers. It's been quite a week for us. This is our third live broadcast in 3 nights in a row, and it's been pretty good. We've had the Montgomery-Newman girls, the Montgomery-Newman boys. Now we're in the SCL. We're hoping to bring you the game tomorrow night at Piner, LCL and boys and Piner, which will be quite a battle. They're battling for first place in the SCL boys race.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving all this high school basketball. Some great competition, and there's just nothing like it.
Nice pass, and Haley Rue steps in front of it. Third turnover by Annalee, and Haley Rue is fouled in the open court. Petre might have got her that time, and it is. Jenna Petre picks up her first personal foul. That's 3 team fouls against Annalee. So Healdsburg trying to get in the bonus first here tonight.
So here's Rue trying to get free. They're going to have to run some offense and try to get her an open look.
Pillanini with a 3. Batted away and taken in by Taylor Lehman. 4 minutes in here, and so far it is Annalee with a 4-point lead. Good cheering section here for the Healdsburg students supporting the Lady Hounds. You gotta love that. 3-pointer on the way. Nice rebound underneath by Niedermeyer, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Annalee. Niedermeyer with an offensive rebound. Definitely rebounding advantage starting to build up for Annalee. Tom Corvo's team doing a good job blocking out and getting to the offensive glass as well.
Yeah, that was all about blocking out and getting position and getting to the glass.
Haley Rue lets that one bounce out of bounds. Almost taking out one of our monitors, but engineer Martin Kornfeld was right on the scene. See that two-handed catch Marty made right there? That was very impressive. Very impressive. He used 2 hands. He had the elbows in tight. It was really a nice.
Kind of like that hot dog we threw at him
Saved the
earlier
monitor
today,
too.
huh?
He saved the monitor. Zach would be proud, Marty. That was a nice job. Here comes Pillanini driving the lane, and she's fouled on her way. I believe it's going to be Niedermeyer. So foul's starting to mount a little bit now against Annalee. Actually got Sarah Brown her first, and it's going to be Grace Pillanini that goes to the line.
Yeah, she's a good shooter. She shoots 34% from the 3-point arc, and her free throws are pretty high as well. So you're talking about a player that can knock it down from about any range.
And Pillanini doesn't get him. So far, Healdsburg not helping themselves at the free throw line as Pillanini misses 2. So they're 0 for 4. But they do keep the ball. The ball ended up being knocked out of bounds off Annalee. So a little break right here for them. This is a nice inbound pass, but good defense for Annalee.
Yeah, Healdsburg not able to convert. Annalee was in the man-to-man defense. That's why I like to play zone on the out-of-bounds play. I think it's very difficult to stay with somebody on the inbounds play if you're playing man-to-man. It's more difficult, I think. I think when you're playing zone, I would like to play zone just on the inbounds pass. And then go back to your man-to-man when you match up.
Petrie going to the line. And she gets the first one. She has 6 points now. And there's the rebound as she misses the second one. And Healdsburg takes over. Bullock got the rebound. She also has a couple personal fouls. She understands there's Petrie playing some good defense.
Yeah, she's tough down low. I did think one of the keys for tonight's game was Healdsburg had to stay close in the first quarter. They can't let it get out of hand here. It's 8-3 right now. So they trail by 5 with 3 to go here in the first quarter. They ended up trailing by 8 in their first meeting. So see if they can get Rue off a pick or maybe get to the offensive glass.
Rue's posting up, but she sends it back outside, playing a little inside, outside, no good. Niedermeyer with her third rebound. Huge rebounding advantage right now. 7-3 in favor of the Annalee Tigers, and they lead by 5 here with 2:40 to go in this first quarter. Three-pointer on the way, a little strong. Niedermeyer, offensive rebound, another rebound, her fourth. And Isabella Niedermeyer makes it a 7-point lead now for the Tigers.
Yeah, the sophomore coach said, hey, she's tough down low, watch out. And she goes to the offensive glass again.
Pillanini, nice shot. Grace Pillanini, who saw the opening, stopped, gave herself a nice little space between her and the defender, and shot the jumper in, and that makes it a 5-point game. Healdsburg needed a basket. It had been a while since they'd scored. Outside shot, no good. Niedermeyer going for the rebound. Rue can't get it. Pillanini pulls it in, but ends up losing it out of bounds. Third turnover by the Lady Greyhounds. 10-5 Annalee.
Well, it looks like Healdsburg has gone to the man-to-man defense here, trying to deny that inbounds pass. They were in a zone, but now gone to man-to-man, and then this nice little layup.
Viramontes lays that one in. Valerie Viramontes building the lead back up to 7. Here comes full court pressure. Haley Rue trying to take the pass. Niedermeyer giving her a hard time, but she ends up gathering it in, and they will get into their offense now. Grace Pillanini's done a nice job running the show. She'll take a screen up top, drive the other way, trying to keep it alive. Rue, it ends up out of bounds to Annalee.
You know, we've done a lot of girls basketball games this year, and Annalee is one of those teams that's going to have a really bright future as well. They have 4 sophomores, and they have 1 freshman on this varsity basketball team, so future bodes well for them.
Yeah, if you look throughout the Empire, there are so many great young players. Really a credit to the AAU programs all over Sonoma County, and what a job they've done. Outside shot for Annalee, no good. Rue battling with Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer last touched it. Minute and 8, important stretch here for Healdsburg. See if they can get it up against the pressure. Bullock gets it back to Savannah Craighead, and now Pillanini will run the offense. 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. Annalee by 7. Pillanini faking right, going left. Haley Rue, turnaround jumper off the front rim, no good. Nice takeaway by Bullock, and she's fouled from behind.
Yeah,
Keely Bullock.
Super aggressive defense down low, alert play. Rue had already run past half court on the way back to get on defense and pick up the ball. And here's the drive. Rue down low. She went up with the shot, had it deflected. It looked like just a little bit slightly. She looked over at the official, but hey, picking up the basketball, getting back to the free throw line. I like it for Healdsburg. They have to stay close here in the first quarter, build their confidence, and then build on that.
Bullock made the first one. Doesn't get the second one, however. 12-6, 45 seconds to play. Annalee with the lead and the leather here in the first quarter. In front of a nice crowd at the Smith Robinson Gymnasium in Healdsburg. Drive and dish for Annalee. Viramontes putting one up on the run, no good. Ball still alive and finally falls into the hands of Savannah Craighead. Her first rebound of the night, and now a really important possession right here for Healdsburg as they try to grab some momentum at the end of the quarter and pull to within 4. Haley Rue all the way to the rack, no good. Rue fighting for her own miss, and it's Annalee who has the ball. Plenty of time to shoot now As coming down with that one, Celia Dimmick. Three-pointer on the way, and the foul. That's going to be 3 shots. As Sarah Brown was bumped by Savannah Craighead. Craighead's first.
Savannah Craighead with a foul, her first.
Yeah, Sarah Brown.
At the line, number 24, Sarah Brown.
She plays guard forward on this team, junior, and she's one of the captains on this Annalee basketball team. She usually plays off guard. She's just a really good all-around basketball player.
Nice shot. She's getting 3 here. These can be real momentum swingers, especially toward the end of a quarter. We've seen that a couple times in games where you see the game one way, but then all of a sudden some freebies at the end of a quarter or a half, and it can really change the complexion going into the locker room.
They still have time to get this shot up. They're going to have to bring it across, though.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. So Annalee with a 13-6 lead after 1 here in Healdsburg. We'll take a break right here and be back with the start of quarter number 2 here on YSN365.com.
Don't spend another minute behind bars. Contact Rod Buncher Bail Bonds now. If you are in legal trouble, it is important to understand your options for quick release with the help of a bail bond. Legal troubles don't adhere to the 9-to-5 workday, so neither do we. Our bail bondsman is available to you 24/7 to get you out of jail as fast as possible. When you need help fast, trust in the experts to prepare your bond and get you out of jail immediately.
And welcome back. Start of quarter number 2. Want to thank tonight's title sponsor, Rue Auto Body in Cloverdale. For the last 35 years, they do a great job with auto body and paint. Firing one from the outside, Annalee, no good. Nice offensive rebound, Vera Montez. Definitely something that Healdsburg's going to have to talk about in the locker room, is being able to control the boards a little better. Huge rebounding lead for Annalee, and that's one of the reasons why they lead by 7.
Well, they have the size advantage, and they have a couple players that focus on playing down low. I think Healdsburg, they have quickness, and I'd like to see them get Rue involved in an outside shot, because she has just a beautiful stroke out there on the floor.
Nice rebound for Healdsburg. Ahead it goes to Rue. Rue with a nice look. She got it, count it, and 1. Did not score in the first quarter, and credit Ivana Oliveras for getting that one started. She came down with a nice rebound after they turned it over and got it ahead to Haley Rue.
Yeah, well, it's great recognition. When you see a player down the floor, you got to hit ahead, get it to him, and Rue took it off the dribble, took the contact, went to the right hand, laid it off the glass nice and soft, and maybe that'll get her going on the offensive end of this basketball game. But nice little basket there by Haley Rue.
Here you see Rue's numbers on the year. Having a great season. 0 for 3 right now from the free throw line, however. That is going to hurt. Another nice defensive rebound, this time by Keely Bullock. Healdsburg starting to gain a little momentum, and it starts with blocking out on the defensive end.
Annalee still in that man-to-man defense. Let's see if they can get Rue off a pick, or who else is going to get an open shot here.
10 seconds to shoot. They try to get it inside. Keeping it alive is Olivares, but then they do turn it over. 5th turnover of the night so far. And we've got a timeout taken by Tom Corvo of the Annalee Tigers. And the only question is it a full or a 30? It's a 30, so we'll stay up for this one.
You know, Annalee comes out. They play good defense. They get on the glass, but Rue gets hit ahead and lays it in, trying to cut into this lead. So it's 13-8 right now. And I think if you're Annalee, coach decided to pull back on the press. You saw that he's still in the man-to-man defense, but they didn't press full court on that last time down the floor. And if you're Healdsburg, I think you just need to keep running your offense, play good defense, and keep Annalee off of the glass, because that's one key. That's an area that the Annalee Tigers are dominating.
There was Pillanini.
Yeah, nice shot down. You know, I like the fact that she took the shot before she got into the defense. She was open, she took the shot. Good recognition on the offensive end.
Healdsburg, the first team to reach the bonus. Nice pass underneath. Flip it back up top, all the way back court. It used to be that you could go back court in girls basketball, but they changed that rule a few years ago. There isn't a 10-second rule in terms of getting it across the midcourt line.
I think you can throw it backcourt if you're inbounding it, but
yes,
you can't. Yeah, but you can't go backcourt.
Healdsburg down by 5. Trying to gain momentum here and get their offense rolling. They've had trouble getting open looks, particularly for Rue. She's posting up now. A nice quick first step, but a little bit strong off the back rim. Here comes Annalee in the open floor now. Deanna Hayes pulls up, and the Lady Tigers will set their offense now.
Yeah, everything about that last offensive set for Healdsburg was right. They just didn't make the layup.
Offensive rebound, push from behind. Dimmick got the miss, and she was bumped from behind. Not a shooting foul. They're going to say that they're going to take this out of bounds. It was close. Officials doing a good job tonight. John McAtee and Chris Steiner.
Got to be careful of a outside 3 on that inbounds pass. There it is right there.
Outside shot again, no good. There's Jenna Petre with a nice offensive rebound, and she lays it in. Petre having a great first half for the Annalee Tigers.
Oh, did you see her grab that and go to the left hand? That was smooth.
Didn't
like
hesitate
that.
at all.
Yeah, no, she's good.
Tell she has definitely used that move a couple times before. There's Pillanini now bringing it up the floor.
Well, that's one thing. If you're a post player down low, you've got to be able to use your right and left hand. Because you don't know what kind of situation you're going to be in on the right or left side. You just got to be able to do that.
The foul from behind in the open floor. Valerie Viramontes after the steal. 6 turnovers now for the Greyhounds, and Viramontes will go to the line.
Personal foul number 2, Grace Pillanini at the line. Valerie Viramontes.
There you see Pillanini fouling her from behind.
Yep.
That's 2 on Pillanini.
Viramontes, sophomore out there on the floor, should be shooting free throws. She's quite the defensive player as a sophomore guard out here. Dave, against Piner on Tuesday, she had 6 steals in that basketball game. So you're talking about an active player on defense. She shoots the ball well, and obviously likes to get the basket as well.
Doesn't get either free throw. Rue has the rebound. Haley Rue with her 2nd rebound, and here comes Healdsburg. Lots of opportunities here for Healdsburg to tighten this game up. We'll see if they can take advantage. Pillanini got the basket and the foul. Grace Pillanini. Nice shot on the run.
Yeah, it was on the move. She gathered herself, and she went glass on that one. Oliveira's taking it up, hit ahead into the corner, and then the cutter coming around the top, the jumper off the glass, and what a nice shot there. She's averaging 9.4 points in league this year. 5'5" junior guard.
Is the free throw. So far, Healdsburg's Achilles heel right now is the free throw line. They have hit just 1 of 9. 1 of 8, check that. There's the steal. Opportunity for a fast break here for Olivares, and she travels. teams exchange turnovers there.
Yeah, she was pushing the basketball. She was trying to get down the floor and concentrating on trying to get to the basket. But she was working against the double team and ended up turning it over.
And a whistle underneath. This is going to go out of bounds on Annalee. So Healdsburg again with an opportunity run. They've been down by 7, 8 points. Now they've got it down to 5. It'd be huge if they could cut this lead down to 3 right now, or even 2 with a 3-point basket.
Yeah, they've made some good, taking advantage of some opportunities on the offensive end. I think one thing that I really notice out here, though, is they're doing a better job of blocking out on the defensive glass.
Drive to the hoop and the foul by Jenna Petre. That's her second.
Yeah, she's going to have to be careful picking up her second foul. There's 3:52 remaining here in the second quarter. Her team is up by 5.
Her second personal.
I think coach is going to get her out of the game right now. There's the drive, and she tried to rip at the basketball there, but ended up picking up the foul. I don't think she agrees, but got the foul anyway.
So Savannah Craighead will go to the free throw line now for Healdsburg.
Chandra Weaver is into the basketball game for Petre.
Craighead's been playing basketball since 3rd grade, so she's been at it quite a while. Active in FFA here at Healdsburg as well.
Yeah, she knows she wants to be a radiation therapist. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I was in high school. You? I don't know. Yeah, that's great. It's those people that know what they want to do early in life that achieve a high level.
Doesn't get the second. Nice rebound underneath that time by Spearman Weaver.
Healdsburg back into man-to-man. Excuse me, check that. That's a zone.
Spearman Weaver back up top. 4-point lead for the Lady Tigers of Annalee. Nice spin to the rack. Great move by Taylor Lehman, and she lays it in for Annalee. That was pretty.
I think they are actually in a man-to-man, but it's a sagging man-to-man, and they're helping out, so it was difficult to tell in that last sequence. But that's a sign of a good defense.
The press creates the turnover. Lehman will try one from 3. Little strong, kept alive by Pillanini, but Lehman is right there to gather it back in. Taylor Lehman, the senior, one of the leaders on this Annalee team for Tom Corriveau. Get up top to Spearman Weaver. Now into the left side. Annalee showing some depth, getting new players on the floor. Spearman Weaver for 3, no good. Niedermeyer trying to keep control, and she loses it out of bounds.
Well, coach says she'll do all the dirty work down low and get to the glass, and she's really a really tough guard down there, but she's also willing to get on the floor and trying to get that basketball for her team.
And a bump by Niedermeyer. I've got Niedermeyer for 2 personal fouls now, so Annalee, really the fouls racking up. They're playing some aggressive defense. They're in full court press, and so far Healdsburg hasn't been able to take advantage at the free throw line. However, they're 2 of 10, and Haley Rue will have a 1-on-1 opportunity right here for Healdsburg. See if she can take advantage.
Well, I would imagine she'll make them. I think she actually missed her first ones though, but she's a high free throw percentage shooter, and 20% is not going to get it done in this basketball game. They're going to have to improve that statistic.
Rue does get the roll on that one. 3 points and 2 rebounds now for the junior leader of this Healdsburg Hound team, and that pulls the Lady Hounds to within 5. Second one is all net, so Rue starting to feel it. It's a nice way to get your shot going, to get at the free throw line a few times and make a couple, and that can give you confidence for your field goals.
Yeah, coming into tonight's game in league, she was 20 of 32 for 62%, but she makes 2 there, so back to 50% on the night.
Haley Rue knocked that one out of bounds. Ball will stay with Annalee. Into the corner it goes. 3 ball, side pocket, no good. Nice rebound by Bullock. Here comes Healdsburg, racing it up the floor quickly. A little bit long on the 3-pointer by Olivares. The rebound to Niedermeyer, her 5th. Game's starting to open up a little bit here. 2 minutes to go. Nice rebound. Pillanini, Grace Pillanini, the junior floor leader for Healdsburg, having a good first half. Trying to get them into their offense, and a timeout called by Jimmy Ganella just as the pass went inside to Keely Bullock, and she laid it in. And no one was more upset than Jimmy Ganella himself.
Yeah.
He didn't see it coming, Ronnie. He
No,
just didn't see it
I
coming.
actually saw him jump over here on the sideline. He was frustrated, but there was the hit ahead and the moving the ball, and look at that, right? Oh, there was timeout already. Well, no basket.
All right, we'll step aside here with 2:06 to go in the half. 17-13, Annalee over Healdsburg. We'll be right back with more in just a moment.
My wife and I were stranded after suffering our second flat tire on a hot August day. Our 3 horses were thirsty and there was no help in sight. We called Les Schwab, and luckily Justin answered the phone.
Les Schwab Tire Center.
Even though it was after closing. Justin came to our rescue. He drove an hour with tires and even brought water for our horses. We'll never buy tires anywhere else.
Take care now.
I'm Larry Butler, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Ruse Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Ruse Auto Body and Paint. Our title sponsor tonight, Rue Auto Body in Cloverdale, collision repair specialist for 35 years in Cloverdale. And they are our title sponsor tonight, helping us bring you SCL girls basketball from Smith Robinson Gymnasium in Healdsburg. And so far, a great battle between the Lady Hounds and the Lady Tigers. Pillanini in traffic. Nice defense underneath by Taylor Lehman. And she takes it away. That is the 9th Healdsburg turnover. Bounce pass slides all the way through to McFadden. Now it's back up to Lehman. 4-point lead. It's been a while since Annalee's been able to get the momentum going. Viramontes underneath. Niedermeyer with an offensive rebound and putback. Niedermeyer, the sophomore, has 6 rebounds and 4 points.
Boy, she has been tough down inside. She's got a big body. She can just block out, and she just showed great touch on that last one going glass.
Yeah, great recognition of where she was under the basket, because that was kind of a tough angle.
Well, she had a defender hanging right on her, too.
Approaching the 1-minute mark. Healdsburg with the ball. There's Haley Rue. She'll fire one up from the outside. No good. The rebound falls into the hands of Taylor Lehman. Annalee trying to grab a bunch of momentum here at the end of the half. Healdsburg had cut it down to 4. And now it's back up to 6, but it's going to be the Hounds' ball.
I'm not sure. It looked like Healdsburg might have got away with a little reach in there on that last play, but it's their basketball. They trail by 6 points right now with 1:03 to go in the half. They have to stay close in this basketball game. I like the shot that they took for Rue down there on the last front. She didn't make the shot, but she was open, and she has a great release. She has the ability to make that shot.
Inside it goes. Pillanini misses. Knocked out of bounds. Whose ball? I didn't see a definitive answer. It's going to be Annalee's ball. Shot clock and game clock differ by about 18 seconds here. So Healdsburg will get a shot at the final shot of the half. If they can get a stop right here, that would be huge.
Remember, Annalee Tigers are 6-1 in league, tied with Sonoma Valley. This is a team that's tied for first place in league. And Healdsburg trying to cut into this this lead of 19-13. 31.9 seconds remaining here, Dave, and let's see if Annalee can run an offensive set over the top.
Niedermeyer, another rebound and a travel. 7th turnover by Annalee, as Viramontes, the sophomore, came down with the ball that time, and now 26.9 for Healdsburg. There's Tom Corvo and his son Ryan coaching the Annalee Tigers. Big soccer family. They've coached a lot of soccer over the years. Here comes Healdsburg now with 10 seconds left in the half. Pillanini. Outside it goes. Bullock. Got it up and over the rim. Keely Bullock with a big shot to end the half. and pull Healdsburg to within 4. And we talked a lot about momentum in that first half. That was a big basket. Healdsburg in the game. A few chances to get the lead into double digits and couldn't do it. That was a huge victory for Jimmy Gannella's team to keep this game close going into the locker room.
Yeah, Keeley's been quiet tonight. She averages 6.7 points per contest, but she goes to the basket at the end of the half and knocks that one down. She got a little gift off the front of the rim. Nice soft touch, went backboard and fell in. But Annalee is up by 4 points at this point, 19-15. I thought it was a really good first half. I was surprised actually that Annalee took the full court press off. It seemed to be working for them in the beginning of the game, and Healdsburg was having difficulty with it. But Healdsburg kind of fought back into the game. They were able to make some shots toward the end. Hey, we've got a 4-point game going in the second half.
19-15 after the first half of play here in Healdsburg. We'll take a break right here and be back with more from the Smith-Robinson Gymnasium in just a moment. Tonight's game sponsored by Ruse Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Ruse Auto Body and Paint.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Ruse Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Ruse Auto Body and Paint. Introducing the most innovative checking account in the history of man or womankind. Local Advantage Plus from Community First is a wickedly smart new way to do your checking, shopping, spending, and ATMing. At Community First, going local means getting more. Stop by your nearest branch for details or see us at comfirstcu.org.
Don't spend another minute behind bars. Contact Rod Buncher Bail Bonds now. If you are in legal trouble, it is important to understand your options for quick release with the help of a bail bond. Legal troubles don't adhere to the 9-to-5 workday, so neither do we. Our bail bondsman is available to you 24/7 to get you out of jail as fast as possible. When you need help fast, trust in the experts to prepare your bond and get you out of jail immediately.
My wife and I were stranded after suffering our second flat tire on a hot August day. Our 3 horses were thirsty and there was no help in sight. We called Les Schwab, and luckily Justin answered the phone.
Les Schwab Tire Center.
Even though it was after closing. Justin came to our rescue. He drove an hour with tires and even brought water for our horses. We'll never buy tires anywhere else.
Take care now.
I'm Larry Butler, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
We're getting ready for a little 6th grade St. Eugene's girls basketball scrimmage here at the half. The score 19-15. Annalee over Healdsburg. Dave Cox and Ron Weathy back with you here at the half. And tight ball game. Both teams playing some tough defense. I think for Annalee, the one thing that they've got to take advantage of is free throws. I mean, for Healdsburg, they've got to hit their free throws. Annalee's playing aggressive. They racked up a lot of fouls, but Healdsburg could not convert at the free throw line. Otherwise, they might have the lead right now.
Opportunity for them to even, like you say, take the lead. They're trailed by 4 points. I thought they did a pretty good job of breaking the press against Annalee, but if I was Annalee, I'd go back to that press. I think it sped up the game. I thought they took advantage of it. They had a bigger lead during that period of time, and I'm looking forward to the second half. That was an impressive first half.
And if you're Healdsburg, you got to be talking about taking care of the basketball, Ronnie. 9 turnovers with that full court pressure, that racked it up. And you mentioned it, you were surprised Annalee pulled out of it. I think they had to because of the foul trouble. They're in danger of losing players. They've got several players with 2 personal fouls going into the second half, and it'll be up to Healdsburg to try to pin a third on one of their top players early on and get that player out of the game for much of the second half. That could be a huge momentum swing.
Well, and on the other hand, Annalee had an advantage on the rebounding, 21-13. So if you're Annalee, you just keep getting to the glass. If you're Healdsburg, you gotta focus on blocking out. You gotta make sure that Petre or Niedermeyer doesn't get inside and get to the glass.
How about these 6th graders out here? You know, it's got to be a thrill for them. I'm not sure if they knew they were going to be on a live YSN365.com broadcast tonight. They knew they were going to scrimmage in front of the crowd, and that's always fun for 6th grade CYO girls basketball. But getting a little bonus coverage on YSN doesn't hurt as well. We don't have the rosters, so I can't really give you the names or anything, but sure they know who they are, and their parents will be very proud to watch this later on.
Yeah, starting this young, these are future players that are going to add more trophies in that case in there in that room. I mean, this gymnasium has a lot of trophies. It's pretty impressive.
Stick with this for another minute or so, and then we'll take a break here at the half. It's, again, 19-15. Annalee over Healdsburg, and looking forward to a really good second half. The first couple of possessions of that second half are going to be key, especially if Healdsburg can get a stop, then come down and score and tighten the game up a little bit. Let Annalee know that they mean business here tonight on the home floor after they lost to them by 17 in Sebastopol.
Yeah, actually, in the second quarter, they were pretty effective in their half-court set. They ran some offense, and when they finally got open shots, they were able to make them. I think they really are going to have to focus on getting offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds, though, because they got out-rebounded by 8 in that first half, and that'll end up killing you. Those are second-chance opportunities for Annalee, so they got to get on the glass for sure.
Nice shot right there from the corner. Team in the green, and they got that one to go. How about that? Nice shot. Going for a 3-point play now.
Yeah, how about YSN365.com bringing you 2 games in 1?
That's true. You know, we haven't done enough games over the last month and a half. I lost track. At one point, I know we're over 20. We've covered over 20 games over the last month and a half, and trying to do as many as we can. And, you know, I want to emphasize this again. I thank the business community, because I had no idea that these live broadcasts were going to pick up as much steam as they did. It started with the Cardinal Newman Girls Classic in early December. And the business community has just stepped up to support us. The folks here in Healdsburg have been fantastic. Rue Auto Body, our title sponsor, Silvera, GMC, stepping up to help us bring this Rod Buncher bail bonds, Community First Credit Union, and that's what it takes. You know, people want to be on, and you know, if the business community bands together, supports the kids, helps us support the kids, then it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help. It doesn't happen without those people and without those sponsors. And as you know, everybody that operates the replay, our producer Brian, Marco, Marty, all the camera guys, everybody out there, they're all professionals, and they've operated at the highest level, and so that's what it takes to get it done. And you know, I work for gas money and food, and drive down from Lake Tahoe, but I so enjoy it, and this is really fantastic to be able to do.
All right, well, we're going to take a break right here at the half and roll some commercials from those businesses in the community that have helped us bring the live broadcast to you tonight here in Healdsburg. It is 19-15 at the half. Annalee over Healdsburg. We'll be back with more from the Smith Robinson Gymnasium in just a moment.
My wife and I were stranded after suffering our second flat tire on a hot August day. Our 3 horses were thirsty and there was no help in sight. We called Les Schwab, and luckily Justin answered the phone.
Les Schwab Tire Center.
And even though it was after closing, Justin came to our rescue. He drove an hour with tires and even brought water for our horses. We'll never buy tires anywhere else.
Take care now.
I'm Larry Butler, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Ruse Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Ruse Auto Body and Paint. Tonight's game sponsored by Ruse Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Ruse Auto Body and Paint.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Ruse Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Ruse Auto Body and Paint. Introducing the most innovative checking account in the history of man or womankind. Local Advantage Plus from Community First is a wickedly smart new way to do your checking, shopping, spending, and ATMing. At Community First, going local means getting more. Stop by your nearest branch for details or see us at comfirstcu.org. They just had some wholesale substitutions, so we thought we'd come back and show you a little more of the girls' 6th grade St. Eugene's basketball. Tell you what, that was some nice dribbling right there.
Yeah, one thing I noticed is they're willing to push the basketball. They want to get up and down the floor.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I've covered, high school girls basketball since the early 90s, and the improvement that I've seen in the game, particularly in ball handling and outside shooting, is just so impressive. And a credit to the coaches and the hard work of all the young ladies who play basketball in our area coming up through the ranks. They just do a great job. And we've seen some super high-level girls basketball this year in the games we've covered.
Yeah, we sure have. And, I think back the first year of the WNBA. I worked for the WNBA doing radio pregame and postgame with Brian Wheeler for the Sacramento Monarchs. And I think a lot of that has to do with the WNBA. I mean, they have something to strive for at the professional level. They watch the gals that end up being professionals, whether it's UConn in college or Stanford or whoever at college. But I remember back then it was Ruthie Bolton Holyfield. It was Cheryl Swoops was a big part of that. Lisa Leslie in those early years. It's just a really great thing to be a part of, and the WNBA is fantastic.
All right, we're going to take a look at the highlights now of the first half of play. And there's some great ball being played here. And let's take a look right now, starting with the nice outside shot for the Lady Hounds of Healdsburg by Ivana Olivares. Now here's Grace Pilanini.
Yeah, Pilanini off the dribble, hitting the shot. She's quick out there. I think in the second half, if she can try to push the ball and maybe get an open shot in transition, that'd be a good way for them to score some more points. Just because the fact that you don't have the defense setting up. There she was going glass on that one, got to the free throw line as well. But the 5'5" junior guard averaging 9.4 points per contest. And that was right before the timeout, right after the timeout there when Coach called it. So that actually didn't count, but that was a nice move anyway. And then the shot there by Bullock getting to the glass, and that ended the first half. But Healdsburg did a good job running their offensive sets. I thought they did a lot better job in the second quarter. I did think they had a little bit of trouble, and it changed the game in the first quarter when the full court press was happening for Annalee. If I'm Annalee's coach, I think I'd go back to that. But there's Petray, former MVP of the SCL last year, but she got in foul trouble, had to go to the bench. She averages 14 points and 8 rebounds per contest. And there's the push out, hit ahead, and the lay-in by Brown, getting out on the run-out. Hanley did a good job of moving the basketball, but as we mentioned earlier, they have an 8-rebound lead in the first half. That was a big part of their offense. And the outside shot by Betray, and then of course Niederman getting inside. There's the outside shot, Niederman putting it back up, and she just continued to fight down low. Healdsburg really had no answer for her in the first half.
There's Niedermeyer again. She had 7 rebounds in that first half, 21 team rebounds for Annalee, and that was huge. Nice running lane that time by Vera Montez, and see another nice offensive rebound right there for the Annalee Tigers. They led 21-13 in rebounds. The turnovers, the Hounds had 9 turnovers, Annalee 7, so another category that Annalee led in. However, this is a pretty close game right now. It's just a 4-point lead for the Annalee Tigers. See a nice spin to the rack right there and lay in by, that was Taylor Lehman, who had a very good first half, scoring 4 points. Petray leads all scores with 8 points and 4 rebounds. We'll take a break right here, and we will be back with more here from Healdsburg High School. At the half, it's the Lady Tigers by 4 over the Hounds.
My wife and I were stranded after suffering our second flat tire on a hot August day. Our 3 horses were thirsty and there was no help in sight. We called Les Schwab, and luckily Justin answered the phone.
Les Schwab Tire Center.
And even though it was after closing, Justin came to our rescue. He drove an hour with tires and even brought water for our horses. We'll never buy tires anywhere else.
Take care now.
I'm Larry Butler, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Ruse Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Ruse Auto Body and Paint. Tonight's game sponsored by Ruse Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Ruse Auto Body and Paint.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Ruse Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Ruse Auto Body and Paint. Introducing the most innovative checking account in the history of man or womankind. Local Advantage Plus from Community First is a wickedly smart new way to do your checking, shopping, spending, and ATMing. At Community First, going local means getting more. Stop by your nearest branch for details or see us at comfirstcu.org. Half the teams out of the locker room taking their warm-ups, and they had a lot to talk about at the half right now. The Annalee Tigers, I'm sure, kind of feel a little pressure right now. Healdsburg on the home floor, making things difficult for them and not going away, and that's the important thing. And they're letting the Lady Tigers know, yeah, you're in first place right now, but we're going to try to catch up in this race and make some noise. And so far, Jimmy Ganello's team has done a good job of hanging in there in this ball game.
Free throw shooting. And just to make a point, head coach Tom Creveau, after the first meeting, the one that Annalee won against Healdsburg, the thing that he was most proud of is that his team was 8 of 12 from the free throw line. He said they had really been struggling in a lot of their games, and they ended up shooting 8 of 12, so he was happy about that. So if Healdsburg can get back to the free throw line, continue to push the ball on offense, and shoot a higher percentage at the free throw line, I think they probably have to shoot at least 65% from the free throw line to make the free throws effective, get to the glass and knock those down. And Annalee, let's see. I think it's going to be interesting to see if they come out and they bring that full court pressure back as they started the game and ran most of the first quarter. Healdsburg was able to break it most of the time, but for some reason it seemed like in the open court, Annalee was able to take advantage of that pressure.
And leading all scorers right now is Jenna Petre. There she is, stretching it out a little bit, getting ready for the second half of play.
She had 8 points and 4 rebounds, and she had foul trouble, so she sat down in that second quarter. Coach didn't want her to pick up her third foul, I believe. And she's going to be important. Remember, you're looking at the MVP of the SCL last year. I don't know if she's on pace for that right now. She could be. She has her team at 6-1 overall. And
there's Haley Rue, 4 points in that first half. Missed a couple free throws. She's going to want to come out and get hot here. And if she can start off hot in the third quarter, that can make a huge difference in this game.
Yeah, she's got to find the range, whether she's working down low or stepping out a little farther from the basket. But she has the ability to do it. You saw that one shot that she made off the glass. She laid it up soft off the glass and got to the free throw line. Seemed like she likes to get down low and maybe make a dribble or two and get away from the big defenders down low, whether it's Niedermeyer or Petre, and try to create some space so she can get that shot off.
All right, let's take a break right here. There's Jimmy Ganella hoping that his Lady Hounds can get off to a great start. When we come back here on YSN365.com, we'll have the second half of play here at the Smith Robinson Gymnasium in Healdsburg.
Don't spend another minute behind bars. Contact Rod Buncher Bail Bonds now. If you are in legal trouble, it is important to understand your options for quick release with the help of a bail bond. Legal troubles don't adhere to the 9-to-5 workday, so neither do we. Our bail bondsman is available to you 24/7 to get you out of jail as fast as possible. When you need help fast, trust in the experts to prepare your bond and get you out of jail immediately.
My wife and I were stranded after suffering our second flat tire on a hot August day. Our 3 horses were thirsty and there was no help in sight. We called Les Schwab, and luckily Justin answered the phone.
Les Schwab Tire Center.
Even though it was after closing. Justin came to our rescue. He drove an hour with tires and even brought water for our horses. We'll never buy tires anywhere else.
Take care now.
I'm Larry Butler, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Rue's Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Rue's Auto Body and Paint. Tonight's game sponsored by Rue's Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Rue's Auto Body and Paint.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Rue's Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Rue's Auto Body and Paint. The Healdsburg cheering section here, hoping that the Hounds can get hot here in the second half. Nice crowd here supporting the Lady Hounds tonight. Again, a super tradition of girls basketball here at Healdsburg. You look up on the ceiling and check out the basketball pennants from 1981, well into the 90s. They won the SEL championship every single year.
Yeah, you could call that a dynasty, huh?
Yeah, that was a dynasty for sure. First possession, ball slapped out of bounds by Valerie Viramontes.
Yeah, quick hands by Viramontes. Great anticipation in the passing lanes, getting out there and knocking that and deflecting that one out of bounds. I thought she was actually going to come up with it and run down for a layup.
Takeaway now by Annalie. That is 10 turnovers for the Lady Hounds. As we go under 7:40 now, third quarter. Annalie with a chance to add to their 4-point lead. Jenna Petre with a three, doesn't get it. Seen some great performances. Last night's performance, of course, by Michael Septimo, probably, I think, takes the cake in terms of what we've seen this year. I haven't seen anything better than that.
No, as far as the entire game, I think for a short period of time, you'd have to look at Connor Rubatino's play, or how about Sierra Walker, maybe from Oregon City that we saw during the Christmas tournament over there at Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, if you look back, you know, and it's going to be interesting to see some of the teams we've covered, tournament play, et cetera, and how far they go in NorCal. Haley Rue with a nice block underneath. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of the teams that we've covered here north of the Bay that make some noise in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. So the inbound for Annalie. Watch for Petre. She likes to step out and get the shot off.
Petre off the glass on the inbound. Petre now has 10 points for Annalie.
Yeah, that was an alert pass to her. She was wide open, and she has the soft touch inside.
Lavares gets it up now for Healdsburg. Haley Rue trying to post up. Annalie's done a nice job on her underneath. Petre gets the steal and then turns it back over. Tried to make one of those long outlet passes.
You know, so you're the MVP in the SCL. So how is that voted on? Do you have any ideas? Is it through the coaches?
Yeah, coaches vote on that. Yep. Haley Rue gets the basket to start the third quarter. She did get the inside position. She does a really nice job of getting position and asking for the ball. And the bounce pass was the key right there. That enabled her to catch the ball moving and shoot.
Yeah, if you get it into the hands of the driver or the shooter right in position, it makes it a lot easier. The percentage is going to go up when you're shooting that basketball.
Petre came down with her own miss. Tie up underneath. Fighting for the ball, Niedermeyer and Bullock. And the possession arrow will favor Annalie this time. So the Lady Tigers hang on to it right here. Again, the first meeting was a 58-41 win for Annalie. And the Hounds were in that one for a while, let it get away late in the game. Trying to hang in there tonight. There's Niedermeyer on the inbound, and she got the basket and the foul. Isabella Niedermeyer, who just basically keeps her hands as high as she can above her head and is able to shoot from that position, which is very difficult to do.
Yeah, it's really surprising to me with her skill and her size that she's only a sophomore. She's a sophomore out here for Annalie. She has the ability to shoot the free throw, as you can see right there, knocking that one down. But she's really been the dominant force. She was the key to their rebounding advantage at the half.
She completes the three-point play. Healdsburg having a little trouble getting the ball up the floor right here. Pillanini ends up taking control. So the lead is 7 now after the three-point play. That was a good one. Pillanini trying to get Healdsburg into their offense, see if they can post up Rue again. Pillanini will fire up a three, no good. Offensive rebound. Craighead tries to bounce it down low. Petre lost the handle, and it's going to be Healdsburg's ball.
Yeah, that was really alert defense inside by Petre. She put both hands up and got the block. Healdsburg fortunate that the ball bounced out of bounds, and they still have the inbound here.
Nice pass to Rue. Doesn't get the roll. Pillanini right there, and she lays it in. Grace Pillanini with 6 points now for the Lady Hounds. Big basket right there to stem the momentum that was building for Annalie after the three-point play.
Healdsburg still working the man-to-man defense at this point.
Outside shot, no good. And that one ends up out of bounds.
Yeah, she shot that one from about 21 feet out, but She has the ability to knock that shot down. She is definitely not a reluctant shooter. She's going to shoot that basketball when she has an open shot. Pillanini's quickness out there is really another key for Healdsburg if they can get an open look to her. She has the ability to take you off the dribble, and you have to respect that so she can also take that outside shot.
Drive to the rack and the foul. Savannah Craighead. Healdsburg did a nice job of getting fouls called on the Annalee Tigers in the first half.
Yeah, Craighead, she committed a little bit early. Watch this right here. She committed to the shot a little early, but ended up picking up the foul. And nice adjustment in the air, trying to get that shot off.
And that was the third personal foul on Sarah Brown, as Craighead gets the first, and she will get a bonus.
She's averaging 3 points per contest in league, that is.
So Craighead tries to get Healdsburg going at the free throw line, and now the Lady Hounds trail by just 3. 4:22 to go, third quarter in Healdsburg. SCL girls basketball on YSN 365, and there's a turnover by the Annalee Tigers. Petre threw that one a little bit high.
Okay, so Annalee's gone back to the full court press here. And let's see how Healdsburg handles it. They had a little bit of difficulty bringing the ball up the floor last time up, but let's see if they can hit the pass, and if they get behind the defense, attack the basket.
Here they are, getting it to Rue underneath. Haley Rue fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Exactly what you want to do. What they did is they leaked Rue out. They found her, and she gets to the free throw line. There's the hit ahead, and the shot, and going to the free throw line. So improving her free throw percentage in this game, that's key. They have to make free throws. They have to improve their percentage in the second half. Got to shoot a lot better than they did in the first half.
And Rue gets them both, so Haley Rue's starting to heat up. She has 8 points now. A 1-point game. Annalee with the ball. Perhaps feeling a little pressure. And there's the rebound by Pillanini. Pushing the pace, Grace Pillanini. And she lost the handle out of bounds. Tried to go a little too fast that time.
Just a little bit out of control, but I like the fact that she was aggressive. If you have an open lane to the basket, try to get there, try to get to that shot, try to lay it in before the defense sets up, create the contact, get the lane. Once again, Annalee has that size advantage down low.
Inside move, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Nice position by Haley Rue. She had the block out perfectly. Pillanini pushing the pace, tries to get it to Bullock, and it'll stay with Healdsburg. Hounds obviously trying to get down the floor before Annalee can set up their defense and try to get some open looks in transition.
Yeah, I like the strategy. I like pushing the ball up the floor and attacking the basket in the open court.
Big possession right here for Healdsburg. They can take the lead. 24-23, Annalee. The Lady Hounds with the ball. Bullock backing in, got it over Niedermeyer. Keeley Bullock gives Healdsburg the lead, and I'm not sure if they've led at all tonight, maybe the very first basket of the game. But Annalee quickly retakes the lead as Celia Dimmick pours it in on the run, and that gives Annalee a chance to set up full court pressure.
Yeah, way to go to the glass by Dimmick. Nice drive, and here's the pressure by Annalee.
And it works for the easy basket. And a timeout taken by Jimmy Ganella. He saw it coming, he tried to get the timeout, but could not get it in time.
Well, when you got that full court press, what you have to do is when the inbounds play comes in and you get the basketball, when the double comes, you either have to dribble it out or try to pass it before the double hits you. And then when you get behind the defense, then go ahead and do it. There's a really nice drive right there by Dimmick, and going off the basket there. She's a junior point guard, and one thing about her is she did a great job in her role as a backup point guard when the starting guard was out. And here's the pass inside, and she made a fantastic shot at the end of the half, and goes right there. Bullock does to the basket right there. That was a nice left-handed shot. I believe she is left-handed, though. That was nice
great job
off the
finding
glass,
that position on the left side where she can make that left-handed turn to the basket.
Yeah, set up on the block on the left-hand side. What an advantage.
And they turn it over again. Haley Rue, however, hangs on to the ball. Pillanini, that's the player you definitely want to handle things against the pressure. Up top it goes to Rue. Into the corner now, trying to get it down low to Bullock. Nice defensive position that time. Almost turning it over. Deanna Hayes, who came up with a steal quickly in the open floor. It's Haley Rue now who comes down with the ball for Healdsburg. She has 4 rebounds. Drive to the basket, scoop to the hoop, no good. Taylor Lehman comes down with a rebound. Fast and furious, the pace definitely picking up here in the second half. Inside for Annalee, nice position. Niedermeyer batted out by Bullock.
Wow. Talk about going up and down the floor, huh? A lot of running up and down the floor. Not a lot of scoring at this point, but you like the aggressive play, and I think running up and down the floor would actually favor Healdsburg.
Outside shot, and that is good. Wow, Vera Montez, and almost got the bump. It was almost a 4-point play opportunity as Vera Montez nails a 3. So after falling behind now, Annalee goes on a run, and they lead it by 6. But Pillanini drives inside. I really like her ability to dribble up the floor and get to the basket. She makes good on that one.
I think they should just get the ball in her hands if they can, and then just everybody run up and down the floor and clear out. Let her see if she can break the press herself. She has the quickness and the ability to handle the basketball.
Scoop shot that time by Demick, no good. She'll get another opportunity. Pounds it down low, off a player's foot, no call. Tie up, and the possession arrow this time will favor Healdsburg.
Okay, let's see how it works here. Annalee's going to go with a full court press. Let's see if they try to get Pillanini involved. She's all the way back to half court. So they're looking to get the inbound pass in or throw it over the top. But you got an open player all the way down the floor here.
Yeah, look at that.
For Healdsburg, wide open.
Cindy Craighead standing underneath the basket. Again, there is no 10-second rule in terms of getting the ball across the midcourt line. And there's a foul in the open floor on Deanna Hayes.
Yeah, Pillanini just working the defense, bobbing and weaving through the defense. And you got a player like that in the open court, she's going to find somebody standing under the basket wide open because the double and the triple team was coming at her, trying to stop her. Great strategy for Healdsburg. Boy, the momentum of this basketball game has really changed.
Great pass, Pillanini to Rue, and Rue lays it in. 10 points now for Haley Rue, and Pillanini with perfect touch on that pass over the top to pull Healdsburg back to within 2. Under a minute to go, third quarter. Great game here at the Smith Robinson Gymnasium. Dave Cox and Ron Weathy bringing you the action with our YSN365.com crew. And there's Isabella Niedermeyer with a putback. 9 points for Niedermeyer. The lead built back up to 4. Healdsburg trying to handle the full court pressure. Rue trying to get it to Pillanini. Now it's Rue in the open floor. Haley Rue dribbling it down the lane. Rue trying to get position inside. Niedermeyer ends up taking it away, and Jimmy Ganella gets a timeout. Rue ended up rolling back over, got the ball away from Niedermeyer, and a great job by Coach Jimmy Ganella to get a timeout and keep the possession for Healdsburg. We'll take a break right here. 33-29 the score, and we will be right back with more. Final 20 seconds of the third quarter here on YSN365.com.
My wife and I were stranded after suffering our second flat tire on a hot August day. Our 3 horses were thirsty and there was no help in sight. We called Les Schwab, and luckily Justin answered the phone.
Les Schwab Tire Center.
And even though it was after closing, Justin came to our rescue. He drove an hour with tires and even brought water for our horses. We'll never buy tires anywhere else.
Take care now.
I'm Larry Butler, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Rue's Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Rue's Auto Body and Paint. Here we go. Last 20 seconds of the quarter.
Yeah, both teams have scored 14 points in this third quarter. It was 19-15 at half, 33-29 right now. And Rue, scrappy down low, was able to keep the possession in Healdsburg's favor.
Firing that one up from three-point land, and it's Niedermeyer with her 9th rebound on her way for a double-double. Nice chest pass ahead. Doesn't drop, however. Bullocks thought she was going to get it. It's Annalie who comes down with it. Deanna Hayes, and she'll go to the line. Nice job by Deanna Hayes to get inside, get position, and come down with a rebound.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful break, and probably the best pass I've seen here in tonight's contest on that break. That was a beautifully well done, executed break.
Deanna Hayes at the free throw line.
Yeah, she goes by DJ Hayes.
Not going to get a shot off, and they lose possession just before the end of the half, so it'll be Annalie's ball. Start the third quarter, 34-29, a nice run by Annalie to end the quarter after Healdsburg had taken the lead. We'll step aside here with the final 8 minutes on the clock. Fourth quarter about to get underway here live on YSN365.com. We'll be back with that after this. Tonight's game sponsored by Rue's Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Rue's Auto Body and Paint.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Here we go, start of the fourth quarter with Annalie up by 5 here in the SCL. Good game. Healdsburg took the lead momentarily, but Annalie, the basket by Celia Dimmick, took it right back and then has maintained it. There's Petre with the first basket of the fourth quarter as she makes it a 7-point lead where it's been most of the night for Annalie.
Yeah, it was a really nice pass over the top. She put her hand out, great touch down low, great footwork.
There's a steal coming up to take that one away. Deanna Hayes, Petre inside, now has 14 points and 5 rebounds for the Annalie Tigers, and the lead is 9. Healdsburg needs to get momentum back. Petre might have picked up that, and I believe that is going to be her third if it is Petre.
Yeah, she came out aggressively. There's the pass inside. And
Foul one against Deanna Hayes, not Petre there. That's only her second. Petre has 2. That would have been 3 on her. Here comes Pillanini. Trying to slip it inside, but a nice job batting it away by Vera Montez in the open floor. Deanna Hayes misses. Offensive rebound kept alive. Petre inside, and she's bumped by Bullock.
Yeah, Petre coming up with the offensive rebound, the long bounce outside, and just takes the foul. A non-shooting foul at this point, so there was the hit ahead. And then the layup didn't actually go in. It just went off the other side of the glass. But
Petre misses, but it's followed up nicely inside by Vera Montez. She is a sophomore having a good game. She now has 9 points for the Lady Tigers. Healdsburg having trouble with the press. They've got a 3-on-1 now. Pillanini steps back, fires one up from 3, off the mark.
That was a big opportunity for them there. If she would have made that, that would have cut back into this lead. But Annalie's been tough here to start the fourth quarter. They've been going inside to Petre, and they've been running out. The Hounds have had a little difficulty with that full court press, and they're going to have to regather themselves and try to get back into this lead.
Nice job, Haley Rue. Takes the inbound, lays it in. 12 points now for the junior. Starting to rack up her points.
That's one way to do it, get it inside.
Petre, a little strong. There's Rue with the rebound. See if Healdsburg can get it up the floor. They're having trouble with the press right now. The steal and the lay-in. Petre. Jenna Petre with some easy money there. The lead back up to 11 with 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Healdsburg trying to weather the storm right here. Three-pointer a little long. Haley Rue with the offensive rebound, and she'll go to the line.
Craighead doing a great job. Savannah down there picking that one up, put the shot up. I thought it had a chance of going in as well, but she's going to get to the free throw line. 5'7" junior here for the Healdsburg Hounds. There was the drive and the pass to Petre, and that was just a beautiful drop off and assist.
Savannah Craighead at the free throw line. She has scored all her points from the free throw line. She has 4 as Petre gets a little break. It's a high five from assistant coach Ryan Corvo. Savannah Craighead trying to get the lead under double digits, and she does. Much better free throw line here in the second half for Healdsburg. They are 6 of 6.
Yeah, it's kept them in striking distance. They still trail in this basketball game, but they have to figure out a way to stop the inside play of Annalee.
Nice defense underneath, but Annalee ends up with the ball. Firing one up from the outside. There's Niedermeyer all night long on the offensive glass. And with that, she now has a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds for Isabella Niedermeyer. Trying to get it to Pillanini. It's Niedermeyer who takes it away. Scoop to the hoop. Niedermeyer almost came up with another offensive rebound, but it's Pillanini ahead to Rue. Rue with the lay-in in transition. Haley Rue has 14 points. Big sequence right there for Healdsburg.
Yeah, still in striking distance. They just have to play some solid defense. They got to keep Niedermeyer off of the glass and get a hand in the face of the jump shooters.
Nice steal, taking that one away. Sydney Craighead. Healdsburg with an opportunity to tighten up, and an offensive foul called on Pillanini. Wow, that might be.
Well, it's been a pretty well officiated game here tonight, but that one was a little close. I was not sure about that one.
That's 4 fouls now on Grace Pillanini, a player that Healdsburg really cannot afford to lose, and she's going to try to play through it here in the fourth quarter. Steal for the Hounds. Ivana Olivares trying to go the distance, and she is fouled on her way. Celia Dimmick got her, so Olivares will go to the line.
Yeah, the steal and then being aggressive and pushing the basketball. That's where Healdsburg had success when they went on their little run by attacking the basket in the open court, trying to get the shots up before the defense had a chance to set up. And with Niedermeyer out there, the size advantage that Annalee has, I like that strategy and trying to get to the basket early.
Olivares tightens the game up a little bit. 8-point lead now for the Annalee Tigers. Tied for first with Sonoma Valley in the SCL. Trying to hang on to that. Healdsburg would love to get the win here and tie Annalee. Coming down with that one, Olivares, her 3rd rebound of the night. Big possession now for Healdsburg as they try and make a run here midway through this fourth quarter. Stepping inside, it goes to Rue. Rue doesn't get it off the front rim, still alive, and Annalee ends up with the ball. And Tom Carvo takes a timeout right here. 4:02 to go. We are in the fourth quarter. It is Annalee up 44-36 over Healdsburg. We'll step aside and be back with more action here from Healdsburg in just a moment. Tonight's game sponsored by Rue's Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Rue's Auto Body and Paint.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
And he didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
So here we go. A little over 4 minutes to go. Midway point of the fourth quarter. Key stretch of the ball game right here. Healdsburg in the bonus. We'll see if they can get to the line here sooner rather than later. They've done a nice job shooting free throws in the second half. Lob pass underneath, taken away. Haley Rue has the ball now for the Healdsburg Lady Hounds. Hounds could use a three. Haven't shot real well from beyond the arc. Pillanini will try one right here. Big one, doesn't get it. Offensive rebound, Craighead. And now it is Annalee with the ball. Savannah Craighead got a pretty good look on that offensive board. Pillanini had a pretty good shot at the three right there. She stepped back beyond the arc. And it goes to Petre, doesn't get it. Offensive rebound and put back, Vera Montez. Valerie Vera Montez having a very good game. She has 11 points and now 4 rebounds.
Yeah, when she's so dominant down low, the defense collapses on her, and then other players around are able to pick up offensive opportunities that aren't blocked out, and that's what happened for Annalee on that last series down the floor.
Press seems to be working very well. Jenna Petre, another chance. Another chance. Wow. Jenna with a couple of offensive rebounds in a row, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah, and Rue ended up picking up the foul on that. I couldn't see. It looked like she had some ball, but probably some arm too. A couple opportunities, but the ball came right back to her. She got to the glass. Niedermeyer in there as well. Trey, and then Rue picking up the foul, and right there it was definitely a foul, and sending Jenna Petre to the free throw line. Jenna Petre in the fourth quarter came out with a different energy. She focused on scoring the basketball. She's changed this game for the Annalee Tigers, trying to stay in first place.
Petre now with 17 points as she makes 1 of 2 and makes it an 11-point lead for Annalee. Healdsburg trying to get it up the floor, but another turnover. That press has been deadly tonight. 2:39 to go. Over the top it goes. Petre knocked out of bounds, however, by Bullock, Keely Bullock, who's been very solid tonight for Healdsburg, both on the offensive and defensive end.
Well, they've been going inside to Petre here in this fourth quarter. Let's see if they go to her again.
Petre trying to back in, and if that foul goes on Pillanini, she will have fouled out of the game. We'll see. It is Pillanini, and that is going to be all for Grace Pillanini. Fouls out with 8 points and 6 rebounds. Deserves a big hand from the crowd, however. She really kept this Healdsburg team in the game. Did a great job bringing the ball up the floor, creating fast break opportunities, and scoring. She scored 8 points.
Definitely the floor general out there, the best ball handler, pushing the floor. She made some great shots off the glass with a great touch, and ended up picking up 5 fouls. Definitely a hustle player out there on the floor, and with 2:31 remaining in the fourth quarter and trailing by 11, big shoes to fill right there for Sydney Craighead, who will step in, and a 5'6" sophomore is going to substitute for her. But watch out inside, Petre is open.
Petre with another offensive rebound, and now has 19 points. Another steal on the press. Annalee starting to pull away. Bullock with the block underneath.
Yeah, just they've had difficulty with the press. And in the first half, in the first quarter, they put it on, and then they took it off in the second quarter, and then Healdsburg got back into the game. But now the press is just dominating the game.
Open floor and a foul. Not sure where this one's going. It is Haley Rue, picks up the personal, her second. I'll check it, that's 3 on Haley Rue. Sarah Brown will shoot free throws.
One thing we've noticed when Annalee's put that full court press on is they bring oftentimes all 5 players into the backcourt. And there were opportunities to throw over top of it, but you definitely have to recognize, and it's tough to see it when you have a double team working against you. You're trying to inbound the basketball or trying to move it up the court. But that's one thing about Annalise. They brought 5 people into the backcourt often.
Petre fighting for the rebound again. Jenna Petre now with 21 points as she continues to get to the offensive glass and create points here down the stretch. Here comes Haley Rue now. Ball taken away from behind by Annalie, and now Petre has it, and a timeout taken by Tom Corriveau. 52-36. It's Annalie in control here with 1:48 to go. We'll be back with the conclusion of this one on YSN365.com in just a moment. Tonight's game sponsored by Rue's Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Rue's Auto Body and Paint. Introducing the most innovative checking account in the history of man or womankind. Local Advantage Plus from Community First is a wickedly smart new way to do your checking, shopping, spending, and ATMing. At Community First, going local means getting more. Stop by your nearest branch for details or see us at comfirstcu.org. Here we go. Final minute and 45. Some other scores from around the Empire. Girls basketball, Montgomery 50, Ukiah 45 with 2:20 left. Santa Rosa 66, Windsor 55. Here it is Annalie 52, Healdsburg 36, a minute and 30 to go. The Tigers trying to hang on to a share of first place in the SCL. Taken away by Valerie Viramontes. Doesn't get it. Annalie comes down with the offensive rebound, however, and it is thrown out of bounds. Huge rebounding advantage. There is Grace Pillanini. Really a great game for her. I really enjoyed watching her play tonight. She's a good one.
Yeah, she's a great ball handler, and she is a good floor general. Push the ball up the floor. Right now, she's not too happy, though. Her team is trailing 52-36, and Annalie was still working inside to Petre, and she really, I don't know what Coach said to her coming into the fourth quarter, but wow. She's really come out with a lot of energy, just focused on scoring the basketball and been the difference in this contest. It was a close game all the way to the fourth quarter. And then in this fourth quarter, Annalie has just separated themselves from Healdsburg with the play of Petre and the rebounding down low.
Injuries. Savannah Craighead may have twisted an ankle. Remember, Healdsburg led, I believe it was 26-25 in the third quarter, late in the third quarter. And then right after that, Annalie kind of turned it up a notch or two.
Yeah, and then especially starting the fourth quarter when Petre came back in the game, she had that foul trouble, sat on the bench for a while, but then they focused on getting her the basketball, and she focused on getting to the offensive glass.
44 seconds to go. Yeah, people will see this final score, and they will consider this game kind of a little bit of a blowout, but it was an extremely hard-fought battle, and Healdsburg hung in there all night long.
Yeah, until about 5 minutes ago, we had almost a tie game. So, yeah, Annalie's just, they just put the pedal to the metal, and they put Petre down low. And Healdsburg, they started struggling with that full court pressure as well. They were having trouble getting the ball all the way up the court.
That one off the foot and out of bounds. Kidney Suffer trying to bring that one up for Healdsburg. 40 seconds to go.
Well, for Healdsburg, their next game is going to be against Elsie Allen on the 3rd of February coming up, so they'll have to start thinking about that basketball game in this next minute. And one thing's for sure, just try to work on breaking that press and have that in your back pocket in case you need it against Elsie Allen.
That's great. We're just starting the second half of league play, and all the races are shaping up very interestingly, the SCL boys, very interesting, this SCL girls race, and the NBL boys, maybe the best of all, tie-up called underneath. And it'll be great to be in the thick of it down the stretch here on YSN365.com. We have plans to be at Pioneer tomorrow for the LCL and Pioneer game. We're currently looking for a couple more sponsors for that, so if you'd like to step up and help us out so that we can bring that game to you live tomorrow night at Pioneer High School, make sure you go on the website, hit the contact information, and give us a call, give us an email, and let us know you'd like to help us out to bring that one to you live.
Well, for Annalee, they remain tied for first place at this point. They're going to go to 7-1 in league. This is a team that's really impressive. They have a great balance on the floor out there. They have outside shooting. They have the inside play, which is actually a little bit more dominant with Petre and Niedermeyer down low. But they're a tough basketball team, and they're going to contend going into the postseason, I would say. They've got Sonoma Valley. They're tied with Sonoma Valley right now for first place. But I think I might try to come down and watch that matchup when they come again.
That'll be a good one, no doubt about it. There's the rebound. Nikki Young came down with that one, under 5, and that will do it. It is a final. Annalee prevails. Big fourth quarter push for the Lady Tigers, and they win this one by 18 points. Full court pressure. Can't say enough about that. They did a great job. Offensive rebounding, that didn't hurt as well.
Well, you know, it was a close game. It was 12-6 at the end of the first quarter. It was 19-15 at the half, so it was only a 4-point game at halftime. And then both teams had scored 14 points in the third quarter, so you had a 4-point difference between both teams in the third quarter. And then coming out in the fourth, Annalee put the press on, put it back on. Healdsburg had difficulty handling it, and they went inside to Jenna Petre, and she was able to just pull away. She kept scoring the basketball down low. She made moves down low. She got the offensive glass down low, and she scored the basketball down low. And that was really the separation for me against Healdsburg. Healdsburg played a fantastic basketball game up until that point, but she was just too much there at the end.
All right, there's your final, 54-36. We'll step aside and be back with our Les Schwab Tires Player of the Game in just a moment.
My wife and I were stranded after suffering our second flat tire on a hot August day. Our 3 horses were thirsty and there was no help in sight. We called Les Schwab, and luckily Justin answered the phone.
Les Schwab Tire Center.
And even though it was after closing, Justin came to our rescue. He drove an hour with tires and even brought water for our horses. We'll never buy tires anywhere else.
Take care now.
I'm Larry Butler, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Ruse Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Ruse Auto Body and Paint. Tonight's game sponsored by Ruse Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Ruse Auto Body and Paint.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's game sponsored by Ruse Auto Body and Paint, Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Ruse Auto Body and Paint. Introducing the most innovative checking account in the history of man or womankind. Local Advantage Plus from Community First is a wickedly smart new way to do your checking, shopping, spending, and ATMing. At Community First, going local means getting more. Stop by your nearest branch for details or see us at comfirstcu.org. We are back with our Les Schwab Tires player of the game. It is Jenna Petre for the Annalee Tigers, who came on strong in that fourth quarter. Jenna ended up with 23 points and 10 rebounds, but this was a tough game. Tell us about this battle tonight with Annalee. Playing on the home floor was a nice big crowd. They made it loud, and they hung with you guys and made you guys really have to work late in the game.
Yeah, we definitely have a rivalry with the Healdsburg team, and they always have great fans that definitely cheer them on, and it gives us a lot of pressure. And I think that we battled very hard today, and we got the victory we were looking for, and it's going to be a great start for our next week with Petaluma and Sonoma.
Yeah, you guys are in a big battle, but particularly with Sonoma Valley right now. And what are the things you guys are working on to try to get over the hump and to try to get this title? It's not going to be easy, I know.
Well, we're really working on our guards, because if we can really attack our guards, then we think that we can defeat all the teams. So we're working mainly on our press and our defense and our ability to bring up the ball well and make the extra pass to the open girl and get the open shot, not the forced shot. And we've just really come along with that.
Now the press, let's talk about that, because that was really the difference maker in this game tonight. You guys got a lot of steals, a lot of opportunities in the open floor, which gave you a chance to get putbacks. How do you get to the offensive glass and time yourself where you can get those nice, easy baskets underneath?
Well, I think with the press, it makes it easier for that, because it opens up the floor a lot more, and it makes the gaps easier to find. And
Jenna, when you were down low, were they running plays for you, or were you just getting to the offensive glass?
Yeah, we had plays where I just kind of post up and just try and work it left and right. I have a strong left, so I like to switch it up a lot with my left. I use my left a little bit more than my right, so.
I saw that. You can both go to both hands, definitely. I noticed in the full court press, though, that oftentimes you had 5 players in the back court when you were pressing them. They didn't take advantage of throwing it over the top. Was that part of the strategy? You're just trying to get all 5 players?
We try and leave the back girl open, because we want them to make that pass so that we can try and steal it, and that's one of our strong strategies to try and beat the press.
What coach say to you coming out of the third quarter? Because coming into the fourth quarter, I mean, you just hit the gas pedal is what you did.
I think everyone just got me really rallied up, with everyone just making those awesome, the offensive foul or the charge she took, and everything just really pumped us up as a team. Yeah, right, left hand, just really dominated the fourth quarter.
So a big game for you. Also, Isabella Niedermeyer had a double-double tonight with 10 and 10. You had a double-double. How do you guys work in tandem, and what's it like to have another player that can push you in practice and make you better?
Oh, it's great. I mean, Bella's just the ultimate battler. She really makes me earn my position, and she just gives me numerous bruises every day. So I think that makes me better and better. So.
Wow.
Talk about the future. What is the goal of this team? What do you guys, I know league is important and you're trying to get over the hump in that, but let's talk a little bit about NCS and where you guys think you can get. You've been here before.
Yeah.
Where can this team get this year?
We hope to keep our title again this year and be champs again and win league. And then we hope to go further in NCS and hopefully win 2 games or 3 games or try and go all the way to state, but that's a long shot. But I think we have it in us, so.
All right. Well, congratulations on the win here tonight. Again, 23 points and 10 rebounds, a terrific double-double. We have a T-shirt for you from Sonoma Design Apparel, Player of the Game shirt. We know you're going to enjoy that.
Thank you
and
so
we look
much.
forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you so much.
All right, Jenna Petre, our player of the game, and she did a great job tonight. A lot of fun watching her play here tonight at the Smith Robinson Gymnasium, a very historic place. This gym has seen a lot of great girls basketball over the years, and tonight no exception. A great game, and Annie looks good. I think she talked about working on the press. They definitely accomplished that, and if they can put pressure on the other team like they did tonight against Healdsburg, they're a team that can go a long way in playoff time.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen a team come out and press the way they did. They bring all 5 players into the backcourt, and they put a lot of pressure on you. And so if you're going to break that pressure, you're either going to have to to get away from the double team and then dribble and break it and try to attack the basket, or you're going to have to throw it over the top. So it makes you make a lot of choices, difficult choices, because they have such great size and they have quickness. But I thought Healdsburg played a really good game. They were in it until the very end. In the fourth quarter, Annalee pulled away, but Healdsburg played a good basketball game. Rue played well. Everybody played well.
Yeah, no doubt. It was a lot of fun for us here in the SCL girls race at the Healdsburg Gymnasium, and it was Annalee that won this one. We have more basketball coming up for you in the near future. Again, tomorrow night we hope to be live for the Pioneer LC Allen boys battle. Great job by our crew tonight. We pulled out 4 cameras tonight. First time we've actually used 4. Peter Matheny, Matt Cox, Forrest Murnane, and Lorenzo Merlin. We're on camera tonight. Brian Leach, our director, Marty Kornfeld, our engineer and replay director, Nick Finucci, was doing the graphics tonight. Marco Cuevas on audio. For Ron Wheatley, I'm Dave Cox. I want to thank everybody at Healdsburg High School for making us feel welcome here tonight and treating us right. We will be back again, no doubt about that. That's going to do it for us. The final score, 54-36. We'll be back again soon right here on YSN365.com. And paint. Cloverdale's collision repair specialist for over 35 years. Rue's Auto Body and Paint. Introducing the most innovative checking account in the history of man or womankind. Local Advantage Plus from Community First is a wickedly smart new way to do your checking, shopping, spending, and ATMing. At Community First, going local means getting more. Stop by your nearest branch for details or see us at comfirstcu.org.
Don't spend another minute behind bars. Contact Rod Buncher Bail Bonds now. If you are in legal trouble, it is important to understand your options for quick release with the help of a bail bond. Legal troubles don't adhere to the 9-to-5 workday, so neither do we. Our bail bondsman is available to you 24/7 to get you out of jail as fast as possible. When you need help fast, trust in the experts to prepare your bond and get you out of jail immediately.